Hello YouTube, we're back with another live stream for June 11th, 2026. So what happened right here before I started the stream was I outlined the new day opening gap, and I outlined the opening range gap here from the 16-14 close from the previous day until the New York open at 9:30. So what I'm witnessing is price on the 5 minute. There's a mitigation block right here where price fell to close above. I thought it fell too close above, but in this case it's going to be in a breaker. You can see the high here is at 914, and this high comes at 914 and 0.75, so this would be a break instead of a mitigation block. So price went up into it, and also it went into the new week opening gap. The high of it comes at 826.75. So it failed to touch the new week opening gap, meaning we couldn't expect price to be bearish. And what we have here after price showing weakness to go to the new week opening gap is a fair value gap. After price closed under these candles right here, price closed under it, retracement bodies are closing under the middle point of this 9 o'clock SIBI, and I expected price to just jump higher to clear out this short-term high, but I got stopped out, and then I looked at this 1 minute SIBI to then go short off of. I took most of my position off at this low right here because it could leave these as a relative equal lows. But so far, after taking out my position from here to here, price went back into it to then clear out this short-term low, and it's also the middle point of the upper quadrant and consequent encroachment. So 0.3 and 75, price is hanging around that, and at the middle point of the opening range gap, this gap right here, we have a short-term low. I'm looking to be bullish so far. This would be like a sort of fake move for people to think that price would go lower, but if we look on the daily chart, if we look I have so many drawings. If we look on the daily chart, we have a bullish candle. On the 4 minute, it's showing bearishness, but we still have the 10-hour in about 20 minutes, so that's what I'm waiting for. Look on the 1 hour, it is still bearish, but we only see price go down and buy from that point, so it could stop at these 3 down close candle in the form of a order block. I'm gonna leave this one in red, and we do have a 1 hour fair value gap in the form of a BISI. So my trade, I'd be willing to wait to see price what it does from that point and see if it can give me. And it's also laying on top of the middle point of this $3 close candle. So you have an order block. We have an order block. We have a short-term low here, and we have, you know, multiple factors of why price should go back down into this calendar rate to then go clear out these relative equal highs. So I'm gonna outline that. Mini Nasdaq, okay. I'm gonna outline the new day opening gap. It is right here. Oh, 611. Excuse me. Excuse me. It would be like this. So we have the first candle that makes the first bearish. Sorry, god damn. The first BISI, and we have the first SIBI here. So if we outline this, do we have a volume imbalance with this? Let's see, the close comes at 762, and the open comes at 763. So this, we have to include this whole thing right here as the first BISI, and we can see price close above it after going down into the new day opening gap. Sorry, I am off today, but the 1 hour 3 down close candle can anticipate it as an order block. I'll leave the 1 hour here, and we have relative equal highs here, so I'll outline that real quick. Buy side. After reacting off this 1 hour order block, we still have 15 minutes for price to show us what it wants to do. So it touched the upper quadrant of the opening range gap right here. Same thing as when was it? Same thing as Monday. Was it Monday? I think it was Friday. When there's a huge move above 100 handles, we can expect price to take out the short-term low. Depending on the scenario, in this case we're bullish. It's gonna take a sell side. It's gonna take sell side before going higher. So it did that here at 9:39. Kind of like this right here. We have the relative equal highs here. New week opening gap. Like this 30-minute busy. 30-second. I'm so off. I like how the bodies are closing above it and tapped it once more to then go higher. So why is this? Why this fair value gap? Why not this one? It's because it's above a short-term high, so this would be a valid fair value gap to reach higher prices. Touch that again. We still have the 803 high. Also touch the new week opening gap. Buy side taken. If we look at the 50-minute here, what I'm looking at now is this 15-minute Sibi. Let's see price touch this 15-minute Sibi. I had a pretty good read so far, but like my entries, more like my stop loss somewhere. My stop loss were pretty aggressive. Like I managed to have something else. So what happened when I went quiet was I was looking at the 30-second and I put my stop at the lower quadrant of it, and then I got stopped out, and then saw price go back up, go down into these down close candle, and then I let price ride until the 15-minute CB. So from that point, it was 95 points. I took down my lots by half since I took a loss. So I risked half of it. Now I'm like at break even. At break even from this trade right here. So this loss made me go down and draw down a little bit, but then this whole price run made me back to 2%. I really have to fix my chart. Like I'm on the micro and mini Nasdaq. I'll put it back to the June contract and take my notes from there. And so far I'm done for this price run here. And I'm looking at what the 10-hour is about to give us. Put 5 minutes. I do have the 50-minute and 30-minute on my second monitor, so I'll just leave it at that. So on the 1 minute chart, if you look on the left, it went down into a BISI right above the green shaded area. We're still in the macro time, so we'll see what price does on the 30-minute or on the 5-minute. Let's see if we're gonna close above the buy side liquidity or under it. If we close under the buy side liquidity, then we can seek lower prices, but if it closes above it, we can expect price to rally higher to clear out the previous days short-term highs. Got 30 more seconds. Also on the daily, we're looking at the bullish candle on the daily chart, so I don't expect price to go lower, but if it shows me otherwise, then we'll have to take position. So it went down into the order block and it closed under. Relative go ahead here. It closed. It's laying bodies over here, so it's kind of 50-50 for me right now. So I'm gonna just stay out. I guess I can take like a quick scout of the 10-hour. Let's see what the 1-hour candle is looking like. Okay, bullish. 5 minutes looking bullish too. I like this. Let's see, 4-hour. 4-hour looks pretty bullish for me. Daily, we have the volume imbalance here that it might want to fill up before going lower. So I'm gonna outline this. It touched the 1 minute order block, and then it's just rallying higher. We have the daily volume imbalance and 15-minute SIBI. took my position off. Did go down into a 30-second fair value gap though. So the 30, the daily volume imbalance above This would be invalid. Ooh, look at this. I'll be back. Oh, I just opened my second screen. I'm gonna call you Tiki. I'm still the same dude. I just changed my name. What's the purple block? The purple block, it's the daily. It's the daily volume imbalance. It's the daily volume imbalance. This fair value gap, I used it as support. Sorry, resistance to seek lower prices, and now this propulsion block shaded in deep green is it's not respecting it. Price closed under it and went through it. Now I'm looking at this 1010 fair value gap in the form of a CB. And a quick little recap on the 1 hour. I outlined these three down close candle, anticipating it for it to be an order block, and it touched it once and the second time before rallying higher. Also, what it did was on the regular trading hours. It reached the point 0.375 to then go higher. So what it did was, since we have an opening range gap of more than 100 handles, the first short-term low that it takes, you can expect price to reverse from taking the short-term low. So it did happen here. This 934 low, price hanging around here, and then rallied higher. Same 934. Took out the low, went inside the order block, the 1 hour order block here. And then price right higher. And now I'm just tape reading this SIBI right here. See if we can go back into this 1 hour order block again. But from that point, this order block, price went into it and then rallied higher into the 15-minute CB right here. I really should put this as daily volume imbalance. So we went down into this. I'd take like a portion of my position off right now, but it went into this BC, 945 BC. Half of it is off, and then let it read to the order block. This I anticipated for it to be a propulsion block, but it went down into it and it did not respect it, so I'm gonna remove that. You can see it used the higher portion of the new week opening gap. And we still have the relative equal lows here. It failed to take out this low. It's gonna use this BC as support. Sorry, resistance. Support turn resistance. Use the middle point of it. We don't want to see it close above. We also have this up close candle that supports the idea that would go lower. So we do not want to see this close above it. I don't like how on the 30-second though the bodies are laying here, so they also touch this tiny volume imbalance on the 30-second here. Like I said earlier, most of my position has been closed off of this BC. Do you think Nasdaq will go up after the relative equal lows? I have no idea. Look, because on the 1 hour here, on the 1 hour, we have these 3-9 close candle as an order block, and we have the middle point here. So we have, I'm gonna remove this to the side. We have that, we have the mean threshold, which is the middle point of the order block, and we have this 1 hour fair value gap here. And also we have the new day opening gap. So I really don't know, like it could clear these relative equal lows and then show a pattern where it wants to go lower. So I'm just waiting to see what price does. In this case right here, it's not showing me that it wants to go lower as of right now. We're gonna have to wait for more information. This first positive fair value gap that I've outlined with the volume imbalance here, we extend it to the right, like it used the upper portion of it. But and you know, the 1 hour is looking like a barcode a little bit. And most of the moves has been done already, so I should be done for the morning, to be honest. What I should do now though is just clean up. I'll clean up at the 11-hour time because there's way too many stuff going on. I have the micro here and then the mini Nasdaq. Now what would be interesting though is if we use this fairly gap as support to then go up into the daily volume imbalance. If you were to trade like a 15-minute, like you'd have nothing to enter off of. What about the 30-minute? 30-minute, same thing, except for this 15-minute CB. Then take a partial at these down close candle. The 5-minute. Did you went from all the core mentorships? I went from the 2022 ones. Well, 2022 until like 2024. There was another one that he released after the 2024. Was it core? Was it core mentorship? Where he outlined um, the market maker buy model, market maker sell model, where there would be like consolidation and then price would expand, and then we'd use like the stuff on the left to support the idea that price would go lower. We're back into this 10-10 fair value gap. I'll put it in silver because we're at the silver bullet time. It's also the 2022 model where I took out the high, took out the short-term high here, and then market structure shift here. And then retracement into this fair value gap. Well, if you miss this move right here, there's this up close candle. It went into the new week opening gap. Just gonna remove this. Use this fair value gap as inversion right here. But I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna remove as much stuff as possible because there's way too many stuff on my chart and it's freaking me out. Okay. Yeah, quick little recap. I went long here. When price took out these relative equivalents, I took a long and then I took a loss. Then I noticed this 30-second fair value gap. I went back into, and then my initial target was this short-term low with the middle point of the opening range gap, but I took off my position after I took out this short-term low here. First went back into it and then just cleared out this short-term low to then go higher. But so far in the higher time frame, it's looking like a 50-50. But in here we can take like short-term positions like from this fair value gap. Trying to be aggressive 1 to 2. I'm just tape reading. I'm gonna remove this now since it's not Not using anymore. We're still back at the new wick opening gap. We still have D10, D1050 macro. And then one of these should be taken out. This is the 50-50 situation right now. We have buy side and we have sell side here. This was very clean though. Price went under the short-term low here, and then you retrace back into the 10-10 fair value gap, and then seeked inefficiencies such as this one and the first one here. First one is in fair value gap. So what ICT says is price goes down into inefficiencies and or liquidity. But in this case, it went into inefficiencies. That's why we have to take partials here. Close most of my position off. Then later on, went back into it. Bodies are closing under the middle point. It touched the middle point, but still seek lower prices. Earlier I said if you missed this move here, there's still this up close candle that you can use, and you can see it. Use the lower portion of it right here. Didn't even go above the middle point or mean threshold. Just like tiny scalps, but I'm trying to be on the big moves, such as this one right here. 150, 150. This right here, from this point to this up close candle, it's 85. And price is just moving sideways a little bit here. It's not as clean as this. $14 more minutes until the 10:50 to 11:10 macro. I just touched the fair value gap here. I'm not saying to go short. I'm just saying if we close above it, we can expect this fair gap to use it as support to then seek out the buy side liquidity and fill up the daily volume imbalance. If we look back here, we have another buy side liquidity above the daily volume imbalance. But it's like a 50-50 situation. Like we have buy side liquidity here, sell side liquidity here, new day opening gap. Still waiting 12 more minutes. We're back into this ugly range here. Went down into the new week opening gap. Making my chart a little bit more clean. It's going from PD array to PD array. From silver bullet until breaker, and then silver bullet, breaker. Price just going sideways for now. 10 more minutes until the 1050 macro. Five minutes looking kind of ugly too. Bodies are closing at this 28, 884. This candle has to do something. If it closes back under the 884, then you can anticipate for price to go lower. But so far it's just hanging around like this area here. Do you use rejection block? I do not use the rejection block. I have to look it up. Rejection block. Oh, I've seen it. It uses the wick, correct? Does it use the wick? Might have an. Would this be considered in the rejection block? I'll put quadrant. Use the middle point here. I've seen people use it, but I don't use it. It doesn't happen often. Even on the 5 minute here, we have a rejection block here. We'll draw a quadrant on it. It reached the. Wait, that's actually far. This rejection block here, it reached the lower quadrant of it to the tick. Barely, not even. But went back into the silver bullet fair value gap, and we're back in the breaker. 5 minutes. See, I was saying if we close under the 884, we can seek lower prices. But if this candle here, if this 5 minute candle were to close like above, we would seek higher prices. But so far, price is showing willingness to go lower, reach into this up close candle. And we're back into the new week opening gap once again. This current week. Let me see the middle point of this. Middle point. Bodies are closing above main threshold of this order block. We do have this fair value gap here. Using it as inversion. If price goes under it, this order block is no longer valid. And you can see price go into this short-term low. Five minutes looking clean for to be bearish. Three more minutes until the macro. So y'all get the idea about the breaker. So I'm gonna remove this since we're going to the 1050 macro. Price is hanging around the lower portion of the new week opening gap. What I'm seeing is on the 5 minute, we have this up close candle here. After price was rejecting this 5 minute SIBI. I'm gonna do boom. I'm gonna be real quick. No sync, no sync. This would be the 5 minute order block. 5 minute order block. And I'm gonna put it in like this color right here. A minute and a half for the macro. New week opening gap. And that should be it for the morning session. It went into the new week opening gap once more. Why is my stop here? It's off of these three up close candle. And it's above the middle point here. Reason of my entry, new week opening gap. New week opening gap, and we have the 5 minute order block shaded in red. And we can see price use this 1035 BISI, used it as support here. So we have three factors here supporting price to go lower. We have the order block, inversion fair value gap, and my stop loss is above these three up close candle, above the middle point. So far, this would be a 2-to-1, a little bit more. But if I use ICT's concept, I'll get out at event horizon, which is the middle point of relative equal lows. We also have the 1 hour order block sitting here, 1 hour fair value gap in the form of BISI and new day opening at the bottom, but I'll be content with getting out at the middle point from these two sell liquidity. Sell. There you can see the body's closing under this 5-minute fair value gap. It wicked through it, but it did all the damage. And then the bodies are still closing under it, so we have multiple factor here. Depending on how this closes, I might close the position, but so far it's looking good. If it were to close right here, I would just close my position. Partial should be taken from this low here. We're also inside the first planted fair value gap. But let's see. We have this up close candle. If price closes above the middle point of this, I'm closing it. You can see it use the middle point, but it did not close above it. Sell side has been taken. Partial should be taken off. That's good. We're back into this 1 minute first positive fair value gap. We do have a volume imbalance here. Oopsies. That price just tapped the bottom part of it. And tapped it once more. That's great. Bodies are closing under this volume imbalance too. Now we want to see price close under this middle point of this 1 minute first presented fair value gap. And wick through. Yesterday, New York AM silver bullet is so easy to spot on, so I didn't trade it. Rip. Yo, unfortunately, I don't think I traded the silver bullet. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up on this here. See price going down here. I'm gonna put my stop at the upper quadrant of this wick here. Took out this short-term low here. And since I can't take partials, I'll just move my stop. But looking at yesterday's silver bullet, we have this first positive fair value gap. Oh, this one. I witnessed this one. It was during the macro. Look at this. Sideways, and then I managed to take, like, I took a couple loss here yesterday. I closed my stream. Let's see price. I got stopped. I got TP'd. Okay, nice. price used this 950 fair value gap, and then at 1050 it used it once more, coupled with this silver bullet fair value gap. It was very clean though, but I had to take partials since I took multiple losses and I was just under break even. Silver bullet here. Tap into it during the macro time, by the way. And then it went lower and seeked south side here. New week opening gap, and later on took out the 935 low. And then lunch. But so far so good. It was a good wait. I had to wait for what price did here, like while it was going sideways. Price closed under the 5-minute SIBI. It used the silver bullet fair value gap, didn't close above it. Nice. Inversion fair value gap. 5-minute order block here. And yeah, entry was off the new week opening gap to seek lower prices. Didn't take out this low yet though, but it did reach the 1-hour order block. But that was a good move. Had to wait a lot though. Sell side has been taken, and we are done for the day. We are done. We have the 1-hour fair value gap in the form of a BISI, and we have the new day opening gap. See if price wants to reach it. But most of my positions off. Well, I just got hit by TP. It was a good read, even though it was kind of hard sitting through all of this. This though, it was nice. Just went back into the order block here and then just went to target. Another volume imbalance that it went back into here. Immediate rebalance. Let's see. Immediate rebalance. This is immediate rebalance here. Short-term low. See if we can go under this. And we're at the 11-hour lunch hour. So I'm going to change this. Most of the positions should be off. 30-minute. I was about to say it's looking clean, but it's not looking clean actually. But 1 hour. 1 hour is looking great to go to the downside. 4 hour also. And then the daily, even though it's a bullish candle. So it went down, face off. What has been portrayed here. But immediate rebalance, that's nice. We have this order block here. If price closes above this middle point, I'm closing the stream. What buy side we just swept? I gotta go, yeah. I gotta go eat. But what buy side we swept? On the 1 minute. Well, I'm gonna start from the 15 minute. We didn't sweep high, we just went into inefficiency, the 15 minute inefficiency. 2022 model here, short term high taken. And then market structure shift into a silver bullet fair value gap. And we're looking at this up close candle here. We got 24 more seconds. Are you fine, bro? It's also like a quick reminder for myself. So it's like ingrained in my subconscious. But we closed under it. You were waking through it. That's a red flag right here. But we do have these two volume imbalances. If we zoom in, all right, should be done for the day. I hope you found something insightful. Tiki. I hope you found like something that you can like implement to reinforce your strategy. And I'll catch y'all into the next live stream. Peace out. I gotta go eat, bro. Shit. And I don't trade the 11 hour. Trade from like 9 until 11. So I have this 2 hour period. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. All right. Goodbye. Take care. Be safe.